Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the episode 31 of the Hrudai Chetan Show podcast. I'm very excited. As you all know, you know why? Let me tell you why. Because this is the first ever episode 31 of my Hrudai Chetan Show podcast is going international, global. So what happens when the world tells you you are different and you decide to own it? In this powerful episode, we welcome Amit, sir, a trailblazing DEI leader in the NHS, a confident coach, and a social media powerhouse with 300K plus followers who has turned his visible genetic condition into a voice for strength, confidence, and authenticity. From hiding in the shadows to standing center stage as a speaker, author of Born Different, and host of the Unscripted podcast, Amit shares his raw journey of transformation pain into purpose. So let's join in hands and welcome on the screen Mr. Amit, sir. Hello, sir. Welcome to the episode.
Thank you.
I'm very happy to have you on my podcast, sir. It is my honor to have you here, sir. So, how are you feeling today?
Brilliant. Fantastic. Thank you so much for having me, Renee. I'm really excited to be speaking to you. I'm so grateful for what you're doing. Thank you for the work you're doing. I'm really excited about this.
Thank you so much for your kind words, sir. So, before we start, let me tell you one thing, sir. This is my first ever episode that I am reaching to international level, and I have invited you as my first ever global speaker, I can say. So thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for accepting.
No,
And
thank you for inviting me, and this is going to be your first of many, Renee. I can tell you. You are doing some incredible work.
yeah, thank you so much, sir. So, and I want to appreciate and also thank the audience for their love and support, whatever they are giving me and whatever they have given me earlier. Thank you so much. Please continue to give this support and blessings. So, with this, let's go ahead with the episode. I want to wish you a happy Friendship Day. Now you
Thank you.
are in my friends list.
Thank you. You
Thank you
too.
so much.
Happy Friendship Day.
Thank you so much, sir. So, what is friendship? What, according to you, is friendship, sir? Why do we have to build connections with our friends?
I think friendship is really important, Renee, for many things. I read a study not long ago that when we have a problem in our life, it takes 8 minutes to speak to a friend, not to resolve the problem,
Mhm.
but to feel better. When we share with our friends, when we call our friends, it's that support, it's that belief that somebody's there listening to us, that if something goes wrong, somebody's there who I can pick up the phone to. I think that's what friendship is about.
Yes, absolutely, yes. So, how was your childhood life like, and what's your favorite moment that you remember?
So my childhood, Rithai, I was born with this condition, neurofibromatosis. In fact, I was born in India. I was born in India in northeast in a state called Assam, in a small town near the border of Bangladesh. Um, I was born in 1989, many years ago, and they saw that I have this lump on my face, and we went to the doctors in Assam. They couldn't really work it out. We went to Delhi. In Delhi, they said that it's neurofibromatosis,
Mhm.
a condition no one in my family had heard of. And I'm sure many of your listeners may have not heard of neurofibromatosis. It causes tumors to grow on nerves. And my father was living in England at that time, so he moved us to England, and I moved to England, and we started treatment. And I've had 26 surgeries up until now, Rizay, in my face alone. I My memory of school, my favorite memory is probably playing cricket. I love cricket. So playing cricket as a child is probably my favorite and best memory.
Hmm. So, in your school days, what is that one fun memory that you had?
Playing cricket, I think, was my fun memory. I didn't have a lot of friends, really. Not a lot of people wanted to sit next to me. Not a lot of people wanted to play with me. Children were scared of my face. Children found my face to be scary. They teased me, they bullied me, they pointed, they laughed. So I didn't like going to school much because I felt nobody wanted to be my friend. So when
Hmm.
I started playing cricket and I played cricket well and people were my friend, I think that was my fun memory.
Wow. So, as you said that, people didn't wanted to sit next to me. They were
Mm.
feeling scared of me. How did you feel at that point in time? How did you overcome that?
So for me, it's about a journey, overcoming. So when you embrace your personality, so as a child, everyone has hobbies, likes, interests. For me, it was cricket. For someone else, it might be hockey, might be football, might be cooking, might be drawing, whatever it is, dancing. As soon as we embrace our personality, as soon as we embrace our likes, our hobbies, people see us differently. So when I started playing cricket and I played cricket well, people said to me, "Oh, this isn't the boy with the funny face. This is the boy who plays cricket." So, for anyone listening who struggles with their identity or struggles, think about what it is that you like doing. Is it cooking? Think about what you're good at and start embracing that. Start bringing that to the world, and then people will start to connect with you because of that.
Awesome. Now, how do people look at you?
Well, so it's been a journey. It really has. I don't know how long we have in this session today, but I wasn't doing, I mean, you came across my content and saw the work that I do. I never did this. My background was in sales. I'm going to tell you a bit of a story now, if that's okay. So my background was in sales. I used to work in sales. I graduated. Living with a visible difference in our community was very challenging. People always want to be perfect.
Mm,
And I remember going to a friend's wedding. I went to a friend's wedding. I was about 24, 25. I'd graduated, I'd got a job. And when we graduate and get a job, what happens in our community? Oh, when you're going to get married? Shadi kabe. All the time, all the time. So a auntie ji said to me, oh, don't worry, beta, that you're not getting married. If you had a daughter, would you want your daughter to marry someone that looks like you? This is the comment she made. Now, 12 months after this, with the grace of the universe, I fell in love. I found the woman of my dreams. I love India. I come back to India every year. I found my wife in India. We started speaking, and I never really accepted the left-hand side of my face every day. I always used to show people this side of the face. And when I used to speak to my wife before we got married, I used to only show her this side of the face. And I used to hide this side because I was scared that she'd reject me. And then one day she said to me, Amit, I know what you're doing. If we get married, I'm not going to marry half of your face. I'm going to marry all of you. So stop showing me half of your face and own it. Accept yourself.
mm,
And that was a changing moment in my life. I learned to accept who I am. We live in this world today where everyone is looking for acceptance externally. We want to be liked by others. Do we spend enough time in liking ourselves? Do we spend enough time in telling ourselves we are good enough, that
mm,
we are beautiful, that we love ourselves? We don't. So I went on that journey. And then what happened was my wife moved to England and she said to me, why don't you create some content on social media?
mm,
You've got this beautiful attitude of getting on with it, accepting life. You could inspire others.
mm,
So I made a TikTok video and an Instagram video, and they both went viral. And
mm,
all I said was, I want to help people with my lived experience. And it went viral, and I was getting over 1,000 followers per day on my accounts. I think combined TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, I have about 350,000 followers now in 2 years. And I continued doing this, and I got a call from a charity in US. I live in UK, in England. I got a call from a charity in US, and they said to me, "We would love you to come and open our summit this year, our conference this year. We would
Mm,
love you to be our keynote speaker." And I'd never done this, bearing in mind, because I was working in sales. And I went over, I spoke in front of about 2,000 people, and then I decided this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. I want to advocate for my community. So anybody with visible differences, I want to advocate for them. I want to help them. And I came back to England. I left my sales job, and I started creating content. I started my own podcast, and here I am now. I travel the world as a speaker. I work in the National Health Service here. I create content. I coach people on how to be confident, and I'm really really proud of the journey that I've gone on. But I wouldn't have gone on that journey had I not learned to accept myself. And I'm sure you've got so many people listening who are on this journey who want to achieve something in life but are stuck. And where they are stuck is acceptance.
wow, amazing, sir. So thank you so much for sharing your journey. No, bit of it was inspiring from your challenges you have overcome, and you are here with us today.
Yes.
Big salute to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Rithai.
Yeah. What did the word confidence mean to you as a child, and what does it mean to you now?
Confidence to me as a child was loneliness. I was very lonely as a child. Not a lot of people wanted to, like I said, be my friend, sit with me, play with me. I used to hide a lot because other children would come and be like, "Mummy, mummy, what happened to his face?" They would point at me and be like, or start crying. And I really, really found that uncomfortable. You know, as a child, when you're a child, you don't know what depression and anxiety is. But growing up now, I know I was going through depression and anxiety as a child. Confidence for me now is a code. Confidence is a code. Nobody is born confident, really. Nobody. We can learn to become confident. And there's 4 steps to this. There's 4 steps to confidence. And this is based on my life. Step one is embrace who you are. So the cricket, I embraced cricket. So I want everyone listening and yourself to think about what is it that makes you who you are. I'm sure for you it's creating content and being a podcaster. You know, you embrace that, make that your identity. Step two is acceptance, because until we accept who we are, we can't move forward. And it's this
I want
journey
to
about,
become a. Can I interrupt you? Yeah.
yeah,
So I want to become a podcaster,
yeah,
a content creator. I need to accept that no content creator creating is the best way. Is that
yeah.
the acceptance that you're talking
Yeah.
about?
So also accept the challenges that come with it.
Okay.
Accept that there's going to be challenges. It's not going to be easy. Content creating is not easy. You're not going to overnight have 100,000 followers or be India's number one.
Yeah.
But you accept that I want to be a so from in my example, I accepted my face. I can't change my face. What I can change is my mindset.
Mm,
Yeah. So to be a podcaster, I can't change the fact that not everyone will follow me, but what I can change is my mindset that I will keep going. I'll keep doing this.
right.
So embrace your personality, accept. Third one is really, really important, and it's belief.
Mm,
You have to believe in yourself, your ability, and your dream. My dream is that I want to become an international keynote speaker. I want to write a book, and I want to change the world. I want to change the world in how they see people with disability.
mm,
So you have to have a really strong belief, because belief leads to action, action leads to result. The fact that you believe you're going to be a really good podcaster, you take action, don't you? You reached out to me, you invited me onto your podcast. Keep doing that. Keep taking those actions every single day. Keep believing in yourself.
mm,
And the final step is consistency. Why most people fail is because they are not consistent. They'll get to a point and they'll give up. Oh, I only got 12 views on my last podcast. It's not for me. Chalo, chhod dete. And they leave it and they give up. That is where 99% people go wrong. But if you can combine all these four things together that I've just said, you will you will radiate confidence. You will be confident. You'll be like, this is me. I can do this.
Mm.
But if one of those chain breaks, your confidence breaks. So for me now, confidence is this journey.
Right. So first one is embrace yourself.
Yep.
Second is acceptance. Third
Yep.
one is belief.
Mm.
And fourth is consistency.
Consistency, absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. So audience, if you're watching this, share this to person who you know them and they are wanting to hear this out. They are wanting to get the um, formula for confidence. This is the right time to share with them. Go
Absolutely.
ahead right now. Was there a moment where you said, enough, it's done. I'm going to own my story? What shifted inside you?
There were many moments where that happened, both positive and negative. I'll tell you about something more recently. So I was in a coffee shop in London and I got told to leave the coffee shop because of the way I look.
Oh,
They said they're no longer serving and they told me to leave. And I walked out of that coffee shop broken and disheartened because how can someone be treated like that just because of the way they look? And I've been journaling my life, my childhood a lot, writing about my childhood in a book. And I looked at that book when I got home and I said, you know what? The world needs to read this book. And I wrote a book. I wrote a book called Born Different. It was a book about my childhood. It was a book about how I overcame my challenges as a child. And that book has sold over 1,500, 1,500 copies worldwide. So again, changing pain into purpose. Life throws a lot of pain to us. How can we channel that into something positive? How can we channel that into something that's going to be beneficial for us? Again, what the big shift was my wife telling me to learn to accept my face. That was a big shift in my life. The big shift was when I started creating content and people started messaging me saying, Amit, you're really, really helping me. So these things you need to, the negatives and the positives, you need to pick them up and channel them.
yes. So Amit sir's book Born Different, the link I have given in the description. So audience, go ahead and buy that book right now and see the change for yourself. So
Thank you.
now let me ask you this question. How do you use law of attraction and manifestation in your life?
That's a really, really good, powerful question, Rithai. Law of attraction, like the universe is energy. It's energy. The more positivity we put into this world, the more positive mindset we have, the more positive things that will happen. Because when we're in a positive mindset, we're in a mindset to do, to take action, to move forward. You wake up positive, you're like, you know what? I want to do this today. I'm
Mm,
going to do it. And you take the action. You're relentless. You're consistent. You're doing it. And then that will reap the reward. The universe will give you the reward. When you're not feeling good, what do you do? When you're feeling negative, what do you do? You lie in bed, you sit down, you like, Nathan, no, I don't want to do this. You feel sad, and nothing happens. So manifestation and the law of attraction is nothing but energy. But
mm,
with it has to come action. People sit and manifest many things. Oh, I want to have a Tesla, I want to have a BMW, or
mm.
I want to buy a 2 BHK house. Okay, you want to buy a 2 BHK house. What are you doing to get that 2 BHK house? Oh, I'm manifesting it. I'm thinking about it every day. I wrote it on my wall. I wrote a note and put it on my wall and I look at it every day. People do that. You're right.
Yes,
But you're not going to get there by simply writing it on a piece of paper and putting it on the wall. You have to take action. You have to think about what I need to do. What are the three or four things I need to do in the next 3 months to get me closer to that goal? And
mm,
then start doing those goals. I put a piece of paper on my wall every year. On the 31st of January, I write down 10 goals that I want to achieve in the year that's coming.
mm,
And every day I look at it and every day I think about what am I doing to get there? What have I done to get there? That is the important missing part in manifestation. And this is what, a lot of people talk about manifestation and it doesn't work for me. It's not working. It's not working because you've just thought of what you want and you put it on the wall and you've not done anything to get there.
mm.
So that is probably the key part for me about manifestation and energy, law of attraction.
Yeah. So can we also say that at the energy level we are all one?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, the cosmos works in a very, very funny way, Rithé, and it's very strange how things happen and how things fall in place. Like how me and you cross paths, how me here sitting in England, I'm doing an interview with you now, which is going to be seen in India, and you're going to go on and you're gonna grow and you're going to do great things. The right people come into our life in the right time to support us on that journey, and you're going to have right people coming into your life to support you in your journey as well. We are one energy.
Right. And I have the right person here with me who is talking to me right now.
No, thank you.
This person. Yeah. So how is England, UK right now? When you compare it to India, how is England?
Well, I love India. I absolutely love India. My heart, my soul is in India. I love my culture, my tradition. I miss my culture, my tradition. England is good. I like England. England has given me a lot in terms of my job, my home, my life. But India is something different. And I come to India, like I said, every year. I'm coming back in September during the Shera, and I'll be there during Diwali. I'm spending 4 or 5 weeks in India with my wife's family, and my sister lives in India. So we live in Assam, in a small town in the northeast of Assam.
Wow, amazing. So hope to meet you in India sometime.
Absolutely, the universe allows. I work with a lot of NGOs in India. I work with Enable India. Enable India, I've done some work with, and I will hope to come and do more work there. I hope to come and do my own. So I've got a podcast here called Unscripted, where I interview people about their journey and their life. I hope to come to India one day and do a series in India. And Rithé, you'll definitely be one of my guests. You're going to be a big podcaster by then. Trust me.
Oh,
You're gonna be there. You're going to be on the next Kapil Sharma show.
thank you so much. So sweet of you. Yeah, so how do you differentiate between academics versus passion?
I think both is important, but passion supersedes everything. When you're passionate about something, you go that little
Mm,
bit further. You could read all the books in the world about motivation, about something, but if you're not passionate, like medicine is a great example of this. You can be good at academics, study and become a doctor, but if you're not passionate about patient care, if you're not passionate about the human being, you're not going to make a good doctor.
yes, absolutely. Yes. So, were there times you hated your reflection? How did you start healing that relationship with yourself?
Oh, there's been so many times I've hated my face and my reflection and myself. There's been so many times I have asked, why me? Why do I look like this? Why am I born like this? Why does this only happen to me? And what we need to understand is that it's a journey. People look at my content now and say, oh, Amit, you're so confident. I'm not. I have moments in my life now where I don't like my reflection. It will happen as human beings. We will go through periods where we are not feeling good, we are feeling down, where we don't like ourselves. How we overcome that is by embracing who we are, going back to that step, remember, about what we like. Is it art? Is it cooking? Spend time discovering yourself. Life will throw you with curveballs. Life will throw you with moments that makes you dislike yourself.
Right. What would you say to a teenager who feels like they don't fit in anywhere?
That's a really interesting question because look, we all go through this insecurity of not feeling like we're good enough. Everyone does.
Yes.
What you need to realize is that it's me that matters. Do I do I like myself? Do I love myself? Do I validate myself? I talk in a lot of colleges
Mm.
and I ask this question, and a lot of people laugh when I ask this question. And I want to ask this, and I want your listeners to think about it, and maybe write in the comments as well what they think. But the question is, would you date yourself? Would you go on a date with yourself?
No.
If you're not going to go on a date with yourself, why would anyone else go on a date with you? Why would anyone else spend 2 hours with you? And this is not just about love or dating in the love sense. It's about anything. It's about job interview. If you're going into a job interview and you don't believe that you deserve that job, that you don't think and categorically know that you deserve that job, why would the person interviewing you believe that you are going to get that job? Your conviction has to be strong in yourself. Your
Mm.
conviction has to be that I deserve this.
Mm.
I am good enough. I'm going to get this. So that is the advice to any person listening who's about to go into a job interview, who is looking for love, whatever it is. Put yourself first.
Yes. How do you define love as?
Being content. Being content. Love is something where you don't look any further, you don't look left and right, you're just in the moment and you just appreciate the moment.
Yes. Did you ever try to be someone else just to be accepted?
Yes, everyone does that. Everyone does it, and it's human to do that. That we all try and fit in, and it's okay. It's okay if you're doing that to fit in, but remind yourself that my authentic self is my strongest self. When I'm authentic, I'm bringing something to the table that no one else is bringing. If I'm going to try and be every day tomorrow, I'm not bringing anything new to the table. If you try and become me tomorrow, you're not bringing anything new to the table. That's what you need to remind yourself. But yes, everyone does it, and you will do it. I've done it. I will probably do it again at some point in my life. People listening have done it, will do it. But it's reminding ourselves. It's about not being too hard on ourselves as well. We're often very, very hard on ourselves. We're like, why did I do that? I shouldn't have done that. It's okay. We're humans. We do things that we shouldn't do. But it's about how we learn to not do it again.
Yes. Let me tell you, I have done it before when I just started my podcast in 2024. When I wanted to be the India's leading podcaster, I copied his actions. I wanted to be like him, how
Mm.
he speaks. I copied, but it didn't come out good. As you said, you can't put it on the table when you copy someone. When
Yeah,
you be yourself, then you are your own self and you are creating your own story by
yeah.
giving others your own learning experience.
Yes, absolutely. And that is key, and that is really, really it's good to have a role model. It's good to look up to people. I look up to many people. I look up to many podcasters, many inspirational speakers, and I listen to them and I hear what they say and I look at their style, but then I adopt it to be my own. It's good to have inspiration. You should have inspiration in life, but always bring your authentic self to the table.
Absolutely. So, who is the best podcaster that you are in love with?
So many, so many. I mean, in England, we have Diary of a CEO.
Okay.
Stephen Bartlett. I don't know if you've heard
Mm,
of.
yes.
He is fantastic.
Yes.
India, there's so many people doing so well now. There's this gentleman who interviewed Vijay Mallya not long
Yes.
ago,
Raj
who is
Sharmani.
yes, Raj Sharmani, who is so good, so good, so
Absolutely.
authentic. He does not try and be anyone else.
Yes.
He came on the I saw him on the Kapil Sharma show with my wife 2 days ago. So Kapil Sharma brought some podcasters on
Mm.
his show. I mean, Kapil Sharma again, what a story, what a journey of turning something around and becoming a success. Raj Sharmani is brilliant. So there's so many podcasters out there, but if you notice what the trend is in all those podcasters, it's the fact that they're all authentic. They're all bringing themselves into it. You have a story, Ride. You have a story that you can bring in to every single podcast that you do. Your authentic self, and that's going to add weight and make people connect with you.
How do you build confidence when you don't like your own body or face?
Acceptance. You have to go on this journey of accepting who you are. I can't change my face, Ride. I can't put another face on me tomorrow. You can't change your body, your face. Nobody can do that. What
Yes.
we can change is our mindset. What we can change is our attitude. What we can change is how we think about what we're going to do. So rather than focusing on not liking ourselves, focus on the changing the mindset.
Right. What helped you to stop comparing yourself to others?
What helped me to stop comparing myself with others? That's a really good question. We're all on different journeys, really, and I think I this is something I figured out when I started to discover myself. When you discover yourself, you realize that we're all on different journeys, and my pain is my pain, your pain is your pain. It's appreciating that everyone is going through a journey and everyone has their own pain. You know, in England, there's a very famous saying, the grass is greener on the other side.
Mm.
We
Yes.
always think the grass is greener on the other side, but is it? What if we said the grass is green where we water it?
Mm.
If we watered our grass, it would be green.
Yeah. What advice would you give to teens who feel insecure because of what they see on social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, etc.?
First of all, what we see on Instagram and social media is absolute garbage. It's not real. People are trying to be something they're not. Okay? You know, someone will go and have this expensive bag, expensive. They're doing it just for their own validation. And if we keep looking at that and thinking, why am I not there? You're never going to be content in life. As human beings, Ride, we always have this tendency to look at people who are above us and be like, why am I not there? But guess what? Somebody here is looking at you, thinking,
Yes.
why am I not there?
Mm.
So rather than always looking up and saying, why am I not there? Sometimes just look down and say, thank you for where I am, God. We don't do that enough. We don't. We always look up. We always look up. And I've been a victim of this. I've done this myself. I'm sitting on 350,000 followers now. My views on Instagram get around, 1 million views on a post. But I still look up to that Diary of a CEO guy, Raj Sharmani, and thinking, wow, look at how well they're doing. Why can't I be there? But I'm like, there's so many podcasters who are trying to get to where I am. So it's always about just appreciating where you are right now and moving forward.
Yes. And we also say that, for social media platforms, when people upload, we say real life and real life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
So,
very different. Very different. Very different. I mean, if someone, yeah, I find it really difficult, Ride, to comprehend this, that we there's so much depression and anxiety in this world right now because of social media,
mm,
because of what perfect should look like. And there's some great creators like, People of India and Humans of Bombay who make some good content that gives you a reality check on life. I mean, I've been on People of India, I've been on Humans of Bombay, and looking at the other people that come on there, it gives you that reality check that life isn't as easy as we think, but we need to really appreciate the moments we live in.
yes. I think technology is one of the biggest, no thing that we can say that no, it has removed our physical and our mindset because of
Mm,
this technology, right?
mm,
The rapid growth, and
yeah,
people are just using AI right now.
yeah, yeah. I mean, AI has its advantages as well. Don't get me wrong. If you use AI right, it's one of those things. AI is not going anywhere.
Yeah,
It's not going to go away. Just because some people don't like it, it's not going to go. It's like any technology that you can think of in the last 100 years. When it first came in, people didn't like it, but it didn't go anywhere. So we have to learn to embrace it and use it to our advantage.
yeah,
It's not taking our jobs if we use it in an
the right
intelligent.
way.
Yeah,
So we also need to use our physical body, our mindset, and also use AI at the same time. Not
yeah,
just use AI because there's an option. Use your own mindset, create your own thoughts, insights, and then use
absolutely,
AI to figure out whatever.
absolutely. I mean, you bring your authentic self onto the table, you bring your story, then use AI to figure out the keywords and figure out the algorithm, but you bring the story, you bring the authentic self. Like AI can't work out my story. AI can't work out my pain. I can articulate my pain and my story on a video, then I can tell AI that this is my story, this is my video. Now give me some keywords to to help me get this to reach further. That's okay. And if somebody says to me, Amit, no, you shouldn't be doing that, I'll be like, well, it's working. Why not? Like my book, I wrote my book, but the drawings of my book, if you look at my book, is done by AI. Now, I have a lot of people giving me negative comments because of this, saying, "Oh, you shouldn't use AI, or you're being bad to the environment." I didn't have the money to go and hire an illustrator to draw my book, and had I not used AI and got my book out there, 1,500 people wouldn't have read my story and be inspired by it. If you go on Google and look at the reviews, I have about 60 reviews on there. Every single review is a 5-star review. Every single review is like how this book has helped them, how this book has changed their life. So when you use AI for the right purposes and the outcome is positive, it can help.
Absolutely. Now, most of the teenagers want to create content on
Yeah.
Instagram. How can they start? Can you give some solutions?
Look, content creating is not for everybody, but if you want to create content and you want to be good at it, you have to be authentic. Number one, be authentic, be yourself, and speak from the heart.
Yeah.
Figure out what it is, what message it is that you want to give to the world, and what impact that message will have.
Mm,
Write on a piece of paper, what impact do you want to have on the world, and how you're going to do it. And then be authentic, speak from the heart, be real. But if you're not going to figure out what impact you want to create, then you're just creating content for the sake of it.
how can a teenager stop seeking validation through likes and followers?
It's a vicious journey. It's a vicious cycle. We will post a piece of content and we will go and look at how many likes, how many views, how many comments we've got. When you realize what your mission is, like my mission is to help, support, and inspire people. Now, if my video has been seen by 100 people, but 2 people have commented on this saying, Amit, your video really helped me today. That's my success.
Hmm,
My success is what difference have I made in one person's life today with my content?
hmm,
And the power we have as content creators. I can reach out to anybody in this world right now with a video and help them
yes,
change their life. And it's understanding your mission. Your mission isn't views, your mission is making a difference. And if you make a difference and if you keep creating value, if you keep creating value and making a difference, eventually it will work out. But all these content creators, all these famous content creators, speak to any one of them. They've been in the game 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. They've gone through that phase where they're only getting 200 views, but they didn't give up. And
yes,
it's about not giving up.
yes, right. Is it okay to take a break from social media if it is affecting your mental health?
Oh, absolutely. It's really important to find time for yourself and find time to recharge in anything, not just social media. Whatever you do, you have to take time out. You have to give yourself time because you're just going to burn out otherwise. You're not going to make content which is meaningful. You're going to start making content for the sake of making content. Like when I go to India, I'll switch off for a bit.
Mm,
I'll tell my followers I'm switching off for a bit and I'll switch off and then I'll come back. Because if I'm just constantly creating content, eventually it just becomes monotonous.
right. How can a young person learn to believe in themselves when no one else does?
We become the strongest when we're the only one clapping for ourselves. And Shamani said this in a video that he used to clap for himself when no one else was clapping.
Mm,
And there are going to be many times in your life when nobody's clapping, nobody's watching. But you look in the mirror and you say to yourself, I did good today. I did what I had to do today. Right? If I can do one thing every single day that takes me closer to my goal, that's success for me.
wow. How can teens deal with name calling, bullying, or feeling ugly?
Again, we live in this society where it dictates what beauty is. Now, I ask, what is ugly? Ugly is very subjective. What's ugly for you may not be ugly for me. What's ugly for me may not be ugly for you. Anybody feeling ugly, anyone feeling like they're being bullied, they're being name calling, they need to go on this journey of self-discovery. It doesn't matter what people say about me. What do I say about myself? What do I think about myself? What is my mission? What do I want to do? What do I want to achieve? The rest is just noise happening around us. I got called many names. I still get called names, and it upsets me. And we need to acknowledge that it will upset you. If you get called a name tomorrow, it will upset you. But what you need to tell yourself is, it's okay. What do I think about myself? What do I want to achieve? What am I doing? And then go on that journey.
Yes. What would you tell a 16-year-old version of yourself?
That it's going to be okay. You're going to figure it out. Believe in yourself and wake up every day and take action. Don't sit there and wait for the result. Get up and take action. It's really important to get up and take action. We as young people listening right now want things to happen in our life. But how many of us are taking the action for that to happen? I mean, I admire what you do, Rida. I admire the fact that you were relentless in reaching out to me. I really respected the way you reached out and you really wanted this podcast. And I could sense that you really wanted this podcast. And I did this to help you. I did this to support you as well as support myself in spreading this message. I thought of myself 3 years ago when I was reaching out to people. And it's and one thing always say, Rene, is that doesn't matter how big, famous I become, doesn't matter how many followers I have, if somebody has had the time to send me a message, I will respond back to them. And this is one promise that I want you to make to yourself as well. It doesn't matter how famous you become, Rene, doing your podcast. It doesn't matter how many followers you end up having. When somebody takes their time out to send you a message to say thank you to you, reply back to them.
Yes, absolutely. I promise her. Thank you so much. I promise that it doesn't matter how many followers I have, as you said, it doesn't matter how many likes I get, and also how rich I become. But I will reply to that message whoever sent me. I will keep
Because
your
yeah,
promise.
that is the energy now. That is the energy in the universe. When we ignore that, when we see it, if we haven't seen it, that's different. I haven't seen it. It's I get it. There's Shah Rukh Khan, for example, probably gets 100,000 messages a day. It's impossible for him to reply. But if I've picked up my phone and I've seen a message from somebody, try and take that time out to reply. And I think that makes a difference.
You often talk about not fitting into the picture. How can
Mhm.
someone start creating their own frame?
Again, I don't fit the picture. People don't want me to be in photographs. People don't want me. But look at me now. Just go and Google my name, and you'll see the impact that I've had on in the world with my work I do. It's the why. There's a very, very good leadership coach called Simon Sinek. I don't know if you've heard of Simon Sinek. If you haven't, go and have a look and read about Simon Sinek. He talks about the why. He talks about the purpose. Make your why so strong that it doesn't matter what the picture is. You make your own frame. You make your own narrative. You make your own story. You bulldoze your way through and say, I'm going to do this.
Yes. What do most people misunderstand about confidence and identity?
That we are born with confidence, that we have a single identity. We don't have a single identity. We have multiple identities. You, Rede, are a son, you are a brother, you are a friend, you are a podcaster, you are a student, you are so many things. You're not just one. And all these identities sometimes come together. And sometimes these identities conflict with each other. I learned a very nice lesson recently about putting things into boxes. So
Mm.
for me, I have my day job where I work in the National Health Service. So it's a government job. I work in hospitals. I am a podcaster, a content creator. I'm a husband. I'm a son. But what was happening was I would go to work, I'd go to my government job, and I'd worry about my wife, and I'd worry about our IVF journey. We're going through IVF journey, so I'd worry about that. I would worry about what mum said, and then I'd come and do a podcast, and I'd be thinking about work, and I'd be thinking about my wife, and all these identities were clashing with each other. So what I decided to do is that I was going to put things into boxes.
Mm.
So I created boxes. I created my NHS government job box. And I said to myself, when I go to work and I'm in that job, I cannot change what is happening at home with my wife. I cannot change what's happening with my mother. I cannot change the podcast. So I'm not going to think about those things. I'm going to park those things. What I'm going to think about is the NHS job. Then I made a box for podcast. When I'm in the podcast, I can't do anything about work. Right now, I'm sitting here you're interviewing me. I can't do anything about my day job. I can't go and speak to my wife. I can't go to my mother. I'm here with you. You are my box. Similarly, when I'm with my wife, that is my time with her. I can't do podcast work, anything. So if we start putting ourselves into these boxes of identity, we will help our mental health. We will give ourselves, and then give yourself time as well. There's an identity of you when you're at home, when you're alone, when you're in your room, when you're looking in the mirror. That is your identity. That is your time with you, your best friend. Remember that question about would you date yourself? So for me, identity is multiple. Confidence is something we can learn. The moment you understand that confidence is something you can learn, you can go on that journey to learn it.
Loved it. Your children's book is called Born Different.
Mhm.
What do you hope the next generation learns from it?
Acceptance.
Mhm.
Acceptance, definitely. Celebrating differences. We're all different. We're all born different. Some of us have a visible disability, some of us have an invisible disability, some of us have no disability, but we are all different and we need to celebrate being different. And I think in India and in film and in media, Bollywood needs to do more like they did with the Amir Khan film Sitare Zameen Pe. They need to do more where they are showing visible differences on television and on media so people can learn to accept it, people can learn to celebrate it. When I land in India, I love India, but when I land in India, I realize I'm disabled because everyone is staring at me like they're seeing a ghost. When I'm in a shop and I'm just standing in the queue, people are just staring at me like, what's happened to his? And that's because of the education and the exposure isn't there. And thank you to you for interviewing me, and I hope as you grow, you interview more and more people with challenges in life, so people can celebrate that as well.
Yes. If every school kid in the world had one page of that book called Born Different, what would be written on it?
Celebrate who you are, how you are, what you are. Celebrate who you are, how you are, what you are.
Wow. And your last question is, if someone watching this feels invisible or unworthy, what's one thing you want them to remember starting today?
That you are your biggest champion, you are your biggest believer, you are your biggest backer. Sit
Mm.
down and write down what it is that you're grateful for and believe in yourself.
Wow, amazing. So now when we come to the end of this episode, we will move on to the rapid fire questions one round.
Okay,
Are you ready, sir? Excited?
let's go. Let's do this.
Yes, let's make it happen. One word that defines you.
Confidence,
Confidence is.
strength,
Born different means.
celebrating who we are.
Your biggest strength today.
Myself,
One thing you used to hide but now embrace.
my face,
A book that changed your mindset.
think and grow rich,
Fear is.
pain,
Self-love in one sentence.
be who you are, how you are, what you are.
Social media, blessing or pressure.
Blessing.
A moment that changed everything for you.
When my wife told me to accept who I am,
One message you wish the world understood.
that we're all different.
If your life was a movie, what would be its title?
Um, embrace yourself.
Your go-to confidence booster.
My hobbies, my likes, so music, cricket,
Who inspires you the most today?
so many people, so many. But I think it's looking in the mirror as well, because I look at a reflection of where I was and where I am and where I want to go, and that inspires me.
Hmm. If you could tell every child one thing, what would it be?
Celebrate who you are.
Wow, amazing. Thank you so much. This was just mind-blowing. I
No,
loved it to the core. Let me tell you honestly, this may be the first episode of the International Global of the Hrudai Chetan Show podcast, but I just fell in love with it. I learned many new things. There were many breakthroughs, I can say, life opening quote moment, I can say. You helped us grow, you helped us learn something new that
Mm,
we were wanting to get that awareness, but we didn't. Today,
yeah.
in this episode, we got it.
No, you did really well. Thank you so much. I'm very proud of what you're doing.
Thank you so much, sir. So, what is that one last message you would give me? And how did you feel being here and spending your precious time? I know it is morning, you spent a lot of time with me today. It's been 1 hour. So how do you feel right now?
I feel privileged to be here, Rede. I think you are a great, great podcaster. I think you've got a very, very bright future ahead. I'm going to be watching your content very, very closely. I think you will do very well. Don't give up. Don't give up what you're doing. Keep
Absolutely.
keep going forward. Keep moving forward, and try and have a message where you can really change people's mindset and perception about things. Well done. Well done.
Yeah, thank you, sir. And one last message you would give to the audience.
Be you, be who you are, keep confident, be positive. It's going to be okay. It's going to work out. Sometimes it might not feel like it, but it will.
Amazing. Thank you so much for your kind words. And yes, if I have done anything wrong from my side, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you.
No, no, you've been brilliant. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, audience. Please go ahead and buy the Born Different by Amit, sir. The link is in the description. Go ahead and do it right now. I'll see you in the next episode 32. Till then, take care and goodbye. Love you all. Thank you.
Thank you.